Hello there, sunny skies. Welcome back. Good to see you. Let me just do a quick audio check here. So how are you doing, sunnies? Hope you're doing well. We're just gonna have a little chatting stream here today. Alrighty. Gotta get a little bit upbeat, you know? Gotta get my blood pumping again because, man, I've been busy. I've been busy lately. Let me first put on something a little bit more chill. Let's see, let's just go with good old RuneScape music. Let me take a look. Where is the playlist? Because, yeah, it's almost been a month since I've streamed. Here we go. All right, let me get everything in order here. You're doing good. That's good to hear. Yeah, I was planning to game today, but yeah, I don't have time for it. I'm doing, I'm working on my education at the moment. So, yeah, on that front, my exams have been good. My points are good. But yeah, I've sacrificed basically all of my free time to study. Like, the only things I've managed to do that weren't related to studying lately was I went to a Lord of the Rings marathon. I don't know about you, Sunny. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan, or like have you never read anything about it or never seen a movie? Because yeah, I've realized, or I've been thinking like those people exist now. People who haven't heard about Lord of the Rings. Oh, hey there, exclusive. Yeah, man, how you doing? You have watched and read it all. How about you, exclusive? You been interested in Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I've also read all the books. I read all the books, saw all the movies, and then, yeah, like a few days ago, for the first time, I've actually watched the extended edition. Because I hadn't watched, yeah, I hadn't watched the extended edition until now. Even though I've watched those movies several times, I have the original, let's say. So, yeah, there was a time in my life where I would just watch them every year, or like the books as well. I would read those every year, or try to at least, because man, those are not easily digestible books, let's say. I doing better. A little depression going on, but it's getting better, and we'll be back into the game as well soon. Yeah, man. I understand, man. It's hard keeping it up or keeping it all up. I haven't had a lot of time to stream either, man. Like it said on my Twitch it was like 27 days since my last stream, so, I thought I would have more time to do a stream here and there, but I've basically been busy all the time. You have seen all the movies but never read the books. Yeah. Yeah, I've recently did a Lord of the Rings extended marathon with my brother. Yeah, he arranged it as like an early birthday gift. Oh, hey there, JBO. Nice to see you too, man. Are you a Lord of the Rings fan too? So yeah, I've recently went to the extended marathon. So it was from like 9 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock or like half past 1 in the night. Yeah, I've did it once before, but that was with the original movie, so not the extended ones. And yeah, it's been years ago. Like I think I might have still been in like primary school, like my last year in primary school or something. So, but yeah, like that is one of the only things that I managed to go and do, to have a little bit of relaxation in between the studies. Ah, you like the movies, but you're not big into the lore? Well, fair enough, because those books aren't easy to get into. Like, there's a lot of fancy elven names, and like, I mean, Tolkien, he goes into the details, man. Like, I always say, like, if you read a Lord of the Rings book, then be prepared to read a lot of. And then the fellowship went for so many miles to the east, and they went past these specific trees and these specific shrubberies, and they followed a little river that was going along for 2 miles along, like it's a lot of description of the road that they're going. But yeah, if you can get past all that, then it's a good book. I was like, look at this guy going on a crazy movie spree and I have to work. Yeah, man, like I was just saying, like that is the only thing I managed to do. And then 2 days ago, I went to a Witcher 3 concert. Because, yeah, I have played Witcher 3 once, and that was a 260-hour playthrough. Also, let me lower the RuneScape music a little bit more because this song is called Attack 5. And yeah, you can certainly hear it. But yeah, the Witcher 3 concert was good. Like I said, I played it once and it was a 260-hour playthrough with all the DLC included. But yeah, I went with a mate of mine and he's like even more a Witcher 3 fan, and it's because of me, because I recommended the game to him and he didn't know anything about The Witcher before that. But since then, he's been a big fan. And like he went to another concert that was like specific to the band from The Witcher 3, which is called Percival. Because apparently this concert was in conjunction with CD Projekt Red. And apparently they were the ones who decided what music would be played, because it was pretty funny. Like once the concert was nearing its end, people in the crowd were screaming, Gwent, 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 because Gwent has the best music. Yeah, it was an orchestra. Like it was the band, and they were accompanied by an orchestra from Belgium. But yeah, people were shouting Gwent, Gwent, Gwent because that has like the best, most upbeat and funny music. But they didn't play it, and that was a big shame. But yeah, I think my mate, he is in contact with some of those people from the band on Facebook or something, and he asked them about it, and they were like, yeah, CD Projekt Red chooses the music, so we couldn't play it then, but we always include it on our concerts. And just to illustrate how good that music is, let me just play one, because this is just a chatting stream, so I think this is a Gwent song, so let's see here. No, wait, this is not Gwent music. Let's see. Let me just do Witcher 3 Gwent music and we'll find something. But it is a beat though. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Most replayed. Let's see why this is the most replayed part of the song, huh? So yeah, we went to the orchestra, and it was a lot of, let's say, heavy music, like without spoiling The Witcher 3 too much. Like they went, beat per beat through the story. Actually, like you have the music from the first zone where you come into, and then you have the first story moment, and then a dramatic moment over here, a dramatic moment over there, and every moment has its own music. So they were basically going like chapter per chapter. But yeah, this is the Gwent music, which is the mini game that you can play in the game. It's a card game, if you don't know. And yeah, like a lot of people consider that, like, it's a meme for people to say like, oh, it's the best part of the game, because a lot of people like that mini game a lot. And if you hear that music, then you can kind of understand why, But there's like also this very funny song with let's see. There are some hiccups in the screen, but not with the sound, just the screen. Everything froze? Oh wait, let me take a look. Because yeah, I do see that there's a problem, but I don't know what it is, man. It's a new OBS update, and I'm seeing a lot of dropped frames, but could be the dual streaming. Like I might have to try and oh wait, this is the whistle song. Oh man, this song is so good. I was hoping that they would sing that, or that they would play that song, but too bad they didn't. Yeah, Tita, but yeah, I have been having a lot of problems with the dropped frames lately, like more than usual. So it might be that my internet sucks, but it might be an OBS problem. Oh man, so good. Best music in the world, man. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to this. Let's put it a little bit less loud. But yeah. All right. Seems like the things of the stream are fixing itself. Yeah, like I have a lot of dropped frames. Like usually it should be less than 1%, but it's at 35 right now, and yeah. We will just have a very hiccupy stream today. Let's see here. My brother told me the Witcher books are a ripoff of another book about a white bounty hunter guy. Maybe. Like, there's a lot of books out there. Witcher is very Polish specific. They copied Elric. I don't know who Elric is. But yeah, man, like, in the end, everything is a copy of everything, But yeah, like the Lord of the Rings marathon, like those movies, they are long, man. Like, I think the original third movie of the Lord of the Rings is 3 hours and 21 minutes. But with the extended, like there's like 50 minutes or 40 minutes of extended material in that one movie. So it's a 4-hour movie. And that made me think about director's cuts in movies. You know, like why does a director's cut exist? Because, you know, like I imagine these directors to be like these very, you know, Quentin Tarantino type of guys, you know, like they have a specific vision and they want to, you know, they want to have their specific vision and they want to make it just like they imagined, you know. So let's say you are a director and you're like, okay, uh, we have made all this material. We have we have got like 4 hours or like 4.5 hours of movie here. But now we gotta cut that down because, you know, people won't look at a 4 hour movie. That's insane. Like, is that going through their head? Because, you know, you've already made all the scenes, you know, you've already filmed it, and then you're gonna cut it out. Like with Lord of the Rings movies specifically, it's like there were some good, you know, there was some good information there. Like in the very first movie, there was more. Let me first take a drink. In the first part or the first movie, there was more Boromir slash Aragorn bromance, you know, like there was more talking back and forth between them, and there was like this little flashback, or maybe that was in the second movie, a flashback with Boromir and Faramir. I think it was probably in the second movie because you hadn't seen Faramir up until that point. But like, yeah, there were like these special scenes that, you know, kind of developed the story more. And then there were also a lot of scenes with Gimli being the comic relief. Like, I remember there was a scene where he was having a drinking game with Legolas. And Legolas was like, he drank like 15 pints already, and it was like, oh, I'm starting to feeling it in my fingers, while Gimli was like, fucking wasted. And, you know, it was pretty funny. And like, you know, in those cases, you've already shot the scenes, and you know they're funny, or they're, you know, good scenes with extra information. Like, why do you cut those out? Because do you think like, oh no, people they're gonna leave the movie? You know, if it's longer than 3 hours, then people are gonna walk out because they're like, this is too long. Like, are there people like that? And if so, should directors care about their opinion? It's like, you know, you go to a movie because you want to enjoy a movie. So, like, I understand if you make a scene and afterwards you think, like, yeah, you know, I'm not really happy with it. Or, like, you know, I don't want it. Like, that I can understand. But, like, with Lord of the Rings, there was in the second or third movie a scene with CGI elephants, like an actual fighting scene, like that must have cost a lot of money. And it was an action scene, you know, like usually in those movies you would be like, like I can understand some people getting bored because there's too much talking and not enough action. So like, why did they take out one of the best action scenes in that movie? Maybe to get more showings in. Yeah. Like, as I said, I can't understand it, man. It's like, you know, you've made the movie, you got you got everything, and then you're gonna cut stuff out. Like, why? Why? But yeah, like that was just a thought that went through my head when I was watching those movies. And yeah, you know, it was a long time ago since I went to the movies, because like I can't even remember what the last movie was that I watched in the theaters. It was like, it might have even been The Hobbit 1 or 2, which is like, I don't know how many years ago, but a couple of years ago. But yeah, it was very enjoyable because, oh yeah, let me show you. So first of all, we got this neat little hat. Which I probably won't wear. But yeah, then another thing that we got was actual jewelry. Actual jewelry. This is a replica of Aragorn's crown in the third movie. Yeah, pretty sweet. It's like ring-sized. And then also, we got the One Ring itself. Which I already have a One Ring, actually, because one of my nephews gave it to me as a Christmas present one time. But here is the One Ring to rule them all. And, well, you probably can't see it on the camera, or, well, maybe you can see it a little bit, but the inscriptions are there. Yes, I won't throw it into the fire, though. Gotta keep it secret, keep it safe. But yeah, like that's two cool things to have. And then between the movies, they also gave you like snacks and drinks. Like I had a donut and like two little wraps with like chicken Caesar in it, and a little box of popcorn. And then we also got like a bottle of water and a little can of Coke. And that was all for the price of 45 euros. So it was like very affordable. So yeah, like I want to do that again. Like maybe not every year because man, it's a whole day. Like we arrived at 9 a.m. and we left at 1:30 or 12:30. So yeah, and like the first two movies I was okay, but by the third movie I was starting to yawn, man. Like, but it was, it was nice. And yeah, like my exams went well. I have good points, but I have been working hard to get to that point. Like I have a lot of hours spent. Like I haven't been keeping count, but like sometimes they give us this questionnaire like, oh, how many hours? Like I recently filled that in today. It was like, how many hours did you spend studying? Did you think your points were like as expected, or did you expect less or more, or blah, blah, blah? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm not keeping count, but I took like 7 days and then like 16 hours or 18 hours, and it was like 200 and I don't know how many hours, but or 120 hours or something that I spent by those calculations. But yeah. How are you doing, by the way, JBO? I'm having a nice beer here because I deserve it. And yeah, the reason that I'm not gonna game today is because I still need to go and review more of the chapter or module that I'm learning about. Basically, tomorrow I have a lesson about module 11, but the teacher was like, "Hey guys, uh, look at that module at home because it's a very tough module, so be sure to have a look at it at home." And I saw that he already put a test tomorrow as well about the module. that we still have to learn. So I'm basically learning it on my own right now. And then tomorrow we're gonna learn it for real. But like, I don't know if he's gonna do the test before we do the lecture or after, because like he would be the type of guy to do it beforehand, just like, oh, you know, it's just 5 points, so just to see if you learned your lesson. But yeah, you know, it's been going good. So like, even if I don't do anything anymore, I feel like things will be all right. But yeah, man, like I have been writing a lot by hand. Like that is my way of studying for exams. Like I make schedule. Like how do you? I don't know what you would call it in English, but like basically summaries of the lesson. Like I write everything down, like all the important bits. So basically, I have already more than 40 pages here that I've handwritten, like very packed handwriting. Let me show it off to you. Like these are packed notes, very tiny handwriting. And I know that it's flipped for you guys, but yeah, just imagine this to be the most boring stuff you've ever heard. It's about IPv4 addresses and IPv6 addresses and MAC addresses and routers and switches and hubs and multi-mode fiber and single-mode fiber and UTP cabling and STP cabling. All those interesting, lovely things. But yeah, I'm just messing around because it's actually pretty interesting. It's just, you know, it's hard if you've never done anything IT or internet related before, but I'm managing just fine. Ah, I also didn't have time to make a fancy thumbnail today. Tee-ta-tee. But yeah, like I wanted to do a little stream, you know, because, you know, it's so unlike me to have almost a month without streaming. And as I said, like I thought I would have more time, you know, like I knew I was gonna be busy, but I thought, you know, one stream a week, you know, which should still be possible, right? But wrong, Jezz man. But in return, I'm making good progress. So for now, it looks like it's gonna be a success. So, you know, just gotta keep my focus and keep working diligently. And then soon I will be able to maybe play some fucking Elden Ring again, you know? Because I still want to finish that for you, JBO, but things have been getting in the way. Like, yeah, I was doing the Amnesia thing because it was Halloween, you know, and because they gave it for free on the Epic Game Store. So I was like, okay, we'll do a little horror game. But then Half-Life 2, I also want to complete that because, you know, I don't know if I'm close to the end of, you know, the original game, but I feel like I'm getting close. That I'm at, or at least that I'm past the halfway mark, but I don't know. I don't know how long that game is, so I would like to complete that one as well. You know, because I have a tendency to just start games and not finish them. But there are a few important ones, like a few. I feel like the Half-Life streams also have been pretty fun, you know, pretty funny. and that's why I would like to finish them, because I would like to start working on them to make like little clips of them, because like I've been thinking about making ranting videos, you know, like the rant I just went about director's cuts. Like I've wanted to rant about that for a few days now. Like actually ever since I saw the Lord of the Rings movie, I wanted to rant about that. And now I finally did, so now I can just cut it out of this stream and maybe post it as a video at some point. But yeah, I thought, you know, oh, I'm gonna do some ranting videos here and there, and I still might, you know, because I'm also thinking about using my work laptop to record videos there, you know, just use my webcam while I'm studying or something, and if I want to rant about something, just press record, and maybe do it like that. Because, you know, I want to start posting videos. I want to start posting videos actually, but I don't have time to edit them properly and make like, you know, those videos I got from Blueprints. Like those are lightly edited, I would say, but it still takes hours, man. Like to get from a 6-hour stream to like a 30-minute episode, it takes hours. So I can't spend that time at the moment. So I was thinking like I want to do these unedited rants basically, you know, or like very, very lightly edited. But then like there was also an ambition of mine to start my Japanese again, because you know I've learned Japanese for a few years and I have been neglecting my Japanese lately, and like now I've reinstalled my Anki, which is like the flashcard system that you use, which basically, you know, I see an English word and then I have to know in my head, okay, that's the Japanese word, and then it flips and you can see if you got the right Japanese word. And you basically keep repeating that until you know every Japanese word. Make sure to watch your streams on double speed. Yeah, that's also something I've done a lot. But yeah, like still 8-hour streams on double speed are still 4-hour streams. But yeah, like, you know, it's just the work keeps piling up and you can't keep up with it, you know. Like the few streams that I have timestamped, you know, I have those timestamps, but like that is also something. I was making timestamps in a separate document for a while, and that document accidentally got deleted at some point because it was in my OneDrive. And I didn't know how OneDrive worked until that point when I deleted a bunch of stuff from my other computer. So yeah, lesson learned. But yeah, one of those documents that accidentally got deleted were my timestamps. So like I hope I pasted most of those into the YouTube. But like there's a few from the Half-Life streams that went missing because I remember timestamping them and they aren't in the YouTube comment section. So I probably timestamped them on the piece of paper or on the file and then yeah, didn't post them on YouTube. The cloud got me indeed, man. Fucking cloud. Like, what happened to just saving your files on your PC like a normal fucking human? Ridiculous. But yeah. Anyway, let's see. Is there anything else that I can rant about? You know, like, since I saw The Witcher 3 in concert lately, I've been wanting to get a Witcher 3 medallion. And let me uh, let me look it up here, see if I can find it and show it to you guys, because I like I'm trying to decide between two. Let's see. This one. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that is one. And then the other one is... All right, so let me drag these over here. So yeah, give me your opinion, guys. This is one, it's called the Jinx Witcher Medallion, and I think it's like the most faithful to the Witcher tree, because I've seen another one where the tongue looks a little bit funny, like it's like a flat coin basically, but like this one looks a little bit curved and like more detailed. So like that is the regular Witcher medallion. Looks pretty badass and sick. But then we also have this one, which has actual red lead eyes. Which, I think also is pretty badass. It might be a little bit tacky, but like, if you're in the dark and you're wearing this shit, like nobody's gonna see it. But if you got like these lead eyes, that makes it like, a lot more noticeable and awesome, in my opinion. So yeah, like I want to get either one of these. Ah, man, so cool. Like I think the ones with the lead eyes, man, are cooler. Like I've been thinking about asking that for my Christmas. Because, I don't know how it is in America, but like we over here, we basically every year we have like the small close family Christmas party. So that's like my mom and my sister and my brother and my dad and like the children of my sister, like, and her husband. Like that is the close family. And then we have like a big party with the whole family, which I have a lot of nephews and a couple of nieces and stuff. And basically for the nephews and nieces and uncles and aunts, we basically everybody buys a present for everybody. We pull names, and then basically this year you buy for this cousin or for this aunt or for this uncle, and it's like a little present, like 10 euros or something like that. And then, for the close family, it's a little bit more expensive present. So that's how we do it over here. I don't know how it works in America. Yeah, red eye, definitely. I feel like. The Witcher medallion. Oh yeah, also my screen might have been doing some funky shit, because just for the intro that I did in the very beginning of this stream, I put like something on spacebar, so every time I typed a space typing something in, my screen has probably been flashing or stuff like that. So let me change that hotkey again. There we go. I was watching the Witcher show the other day. Jennifer is all messed up. Ah, you watching the new season? Because I've watched the first season and I haven't continued it. But I did see a couple of episodes from the latest season, because we were getting in the mood for the Witcher concert. But yeah, even my mom watches The Witcher on Netflix, which she doesn't know anything about The Witcher, like, but she's pretty, she's a fan of it as well. Ah, you're watching the first season. Yeah, I think that the lore is accurate on that front. But yeah, there is a lot a lot that is not accurate as well. Like I don't know, you probably saw like the Mages Guild or something as well, or maybe you're gonna see that, but like yeah, the way magic works in The Witcher Netflix is not how magic works in The Witcher books. Like basically they have this thing where oh if you use too much magic you use too much of your life force, and that is not really how it works. It's more like Star Wars in the Force, basically. Like you can kind of compare it to that because like there are places of power in The Witcher. So in places where the power is most concentrated, that's where you can do the best magic. And that's how it actually works in the books. But yeah, like I'm not gonna judge the other seasons, but yeah, I didn't really like the season one because I've read the books, and I feel like if you've read the books, then you would understand the opinion. But it's a cool show. Like there were cool fight scenes and stuff like that. So, but yeah, even Henry Cavill, who is playing The Witcher in the first three seasons, he quit apparently because he didn't um, agree with the way the show was going. And that tells me a lot because Henry Cavill, he was quite a Witcher fan, or is quite a Witcher fan, I should say. Like he has shown in many interview that he has read the books multiple times and that he's like kind of a lore nerd, so to say. So he would be the guy that goes like, oh, actually they wouldn't do that in this situation, or well, Geralt wouldn't actually do that, or Yennefer wouldn't actually do that. And apparently, yeah, he got sick of it after a while and he quit. But if they're going for 4 seasons already, then I guess it must be successful, or popular. Da, 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 da. But yeah, thank you everyone who dropped by in the stream on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm just gonna relax here a little bit more, but yeah, I basically gave you an update about what was happening in my life, and that's what I want us to do, because like my exams have been well, but in January I'm gonna have more exams, and like every week I have a new module to learn. Like right now, I'm at point, let's see, 11.3. And I think this module was like, it had like 11.8 pieces of information or chapters to do. They're probably trying to make The Witcher gay or something. Yeah, man. That was another thing like that I saw in Witcher 3. There is this vampire dude who is your friend, and he's called Regis, I think, or Regis, or how you pronounce it. And they made him black in Netflix. That's like it's such a Netflix thing to do. But to the guy's credit, he does have like I feel like he does the mannerisms of Regis pretty well. But like, come on, Netflix, like why the hell? He's being played by the guy who played Morpheus in The Matrix. So yeah, he's actually white, but Netflix made him black. So who knows? They might make The Witcher gay. Like, don't be surprised if it happens. Like, ta-da. That's also something like that reminds me of. I once got into a discussion in a YouTube section, like a YouTube comment section, about uh, being a voice actor. So like there was this guy in a YouTube comment section, there's many people like that who were like their opinion was if the character that you're portraying is black, then the voice actor should be black too. That was their opinion. But basically, like you can reverse that as well. That's like, okay, so every character that's white should be voiced by a white guy, right? And every Asian guy should be voiced by an Asian guy by that logic. And guess what the most pop culture stuff is made about? Like, predominantly I would be guessing white guys. Unless you are in like China or Japan. So like you would be putting the people that you want to have a job out of a job by that logic. But then again, like if you're a voice actor, it doesn't matter what your skin color is, like if I'm a white guy and I can do a wonderful Martin Luther King expression or a Martin Luther King imitation, then it should be all right for me to voice Martin Luther King in like an anime or something like that, a Martin Luther King anime. Or if it's an Asian guy who can do the voice, like it doesn't matter what color your skin is, as long as you can do the voice, you should be able to do the voice. Like that is my opinion about that business. But then there's people like, no, 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 it should be only black actors, or it should be only this actor, and like they don't know, like they don't know how racist or segregated that is. Like, by that logic, you're gonna be going to buses with like, different spots depending on the color of your skin again, if you keep following that logic. So, oh well, that's what I think at least. Anyway, that was a little off the cuff political stuff there. That will be another rant that I can post to the channel real soon. Anyway, I see that we have passed almost the 1 hour mark here. And I think that I am done. I'm done with talking. I've said everything that I needed to say. So I want to thank you, JBO, for being here, and Exclusive and Sunny Skies. Let's see that I've not forgotten here, that I haven't forgotten someone here, but nope, that was everyone. And yeah, Aileen, if you see this in the future, hope you're doing well as well. But yeah, like I wanted to have at least one stream again, because I don't know when my next moment will be. It's probably going to be like in the Christmas holidays, I will be able to do a stream then. We'll see when, like I will try to give a little community post on YouTube, so you got a heads up there. And then I will try to do a Twitch story as well. Yeah, JBO, you have a good one as well. And to everyone else, have a great rest of your day and or nights, and I'll see you in the next one. And let me just close off here with this wonderful song, which is my new favorite song at the moment, and it's called Wizard in a tower that you could never siege, by the YouTube channel Gory. If I can find it here. Quickly, quickly, quickly! There we go. Alright everyone, I've been the Jezz Man. It was a great stream, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye bye!